And I'm going through it, and I got to tell you, I'm getting a little emotional looking at this stuff. I really am. Getting a little touched.
Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Getting a little touched by all of this.
Yeah.
And he's got pictures with just about everybody that meant something to him in his career. You know, all the way back to the Patriots days. Then there actually is a picture of, I just came across it. I was waiting for this.
Belichick?
Well, yes, there's a picture with him and Belichick, but there's a picture of Giselle and his kids that he put in this when they're all in Brady jerseys.
Sure.
So he did include that. A lot of stuff with his kids, a lot of stuff with his parents, and then a bunch of teammate stuff. He's got like everybody in there. He's got him and Joe Montana, him and Steve Young as well. So it's very, I'm just picturing him like, because he did this Twitter video sitting on a beach, because I know he's at his waterfront property there down in South Florida, because that's what it all started with, was a sunrise from the ocean. So he's either sitting on the beach there by himself, that's probably private beach in front of him, or he's back at his house on his phone just posting all these Instagram pictures himself. That's what I imagine would be going on. And yeah, he's done, man. There's no way that this guy's coming back at this point. I don't think so.
It's over.
I think it's over. I really do believe that. And we are as cynical as anybody out there.
No, I don't believe there's any chance he's coming back.
I don't think so. And it would have been nice. It would have been fun. But as we mentioned, with the Raiders being a possibility, for Brady now not being a possibility, Al came in and said that would be one final FU to the New York Jets. If Tom Brady retiring and not going to the Raiders means that Aaron Rodgers then goes to the Raiders.
Here's why I don't think Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders.
Okay.
The head coach.
Doesn't like Josh McDaniels.
I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but he has not exactly had a great coaching career so far.
Yeah, and Nathaniel Hackett being with the Jets would sort of change that, because it's not like Rob Sala's had a great coaching career so far either.
Right. Now
he is the head coach, but
I don't know about the Vegas coaching staff. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's someone on the staff that he loves, like he loves Nathaniel Hackett. But I still think it's here. But that would be funny. Not funny. That would be terrible for a Jet fan if, in fact, that happened because of this.
Yeah, I'd have to go through that coaching staff. But I mean, if there's like a guy that Aaron Rodgers was talking about, Nathaniel Hackett and Rich Bisaccia yesterday, there's that guy. Maybe. But he's done. Guy's done.
Yeah.
He's absolutely done playing. But Aaron Rodgers, yes. Josh McDaniels, Tom Brady makes sense. Josh McDaniels, that, from what we know of Josh McDaniels' personality, that probably would not go well with Aaron Rodgers, because Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels, I think, got along well because Tom Brady was so driven, and it was, his team and everything. Everybody had to go through Tom, and Josh McDaniels was just like, sort of like the evil genius in the background that would tweak some things.
Sure.
Like how much, and they worked together for so many years, and they worked together when Josh McDaniels was young and not established, and then worked his way up.
Let me ask you this. So we talked so much about, now Brady's gone, we know he's gone. He made it official today. Where are the suitors for Rodgers? Aside from the Jets, which I think a lot of people do think he's going to end up if they trade him. Let's take Green Bay out of the equation and say Green Bay's trading him. We believe that's going to happen. Where are we talking? You're talking about the Jets? I don't think the Raiders, but I know that's out there, especially with Devontae Adams there. Okay, fine. Are the Niners really? I've heard that, but with Purdy, with what he did, are you really going in that direction? Who?
Well, okay. So if we're to believe the Green Bay Packers that they're not going, or the reporting on the Green Bay Packers that they're not going to trade him to an NFC team.
That's another thing. That's right.
Then that would,
so they'd be out,
essentially rule them out. But I don't know. You don't know how that's going to work out. I think that the thing that will make the Jets lose out on Aaron Rodgers more than anything is retirement. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, he doesn't. I listen to him with McAfee. He does not. I know what he keeps saying. I got to take my. He doesn't sound like he's not playing.
Well, now that Tom Brady stole the retirement headlines, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to keep playing so he can get his own retirement tour at the end of this year.
But even listening to him, he makes references that makes it sound like he's playing.
Yeah, the other team that Boomer brought up a couple of times when he had this exact same conversation was the Tennessee Titans, and I don't see that.
They asked him about that. They said because he was in
Nashville.
Tennessee, yes. Yeah. For, I forget who it was.
Somebody's birthday, right?
Godson's birthday. I forget who it was exactly. And they asked him specifically, have you made your way over to the facility and talked to Vrabes? So I forgot about Tennessee. That's possible.
But they're going to have to do some major overhauling. I mean, and this is what I said, what was it, yesterday, when we were making the joke about Ferkser, who's no longer there, and it's an Atlanta Falcon. What do they have there? I mean, they've got Derrick Henry, who I think his prime is now, we're looking at the back end of that. I mean, and they used to have Corey Davis and A.J. Brown there. They don't have either one of those guys there. So you'd have to go out and get some weapons there at wide receiver, and you'd just have to upgrade the talent there.
And you would think that's not a situation he wants to go into because that's kind of what he's leaving.
Yeah.
Wanting to upgrade the wide receiver position. You look at the Jets, they got a lot of bright futures ahead of them at that position. They got good players. I still think it's the Jets.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. I don't think he stays in Green Bay, and I think he ends up with the Jets.
If you're just talking straight, like where he wants to live and hang out.
San Francisco, probably, right?
Yeah.
West Coast guy?
Yeah, I would think so, too. But I don't think that's a possibility. I just don't. Unless San Francisco goes nuts in the compensation, which at that point, if you're Green Bay, it's like, fine. You know, we're going to move on from him anyway. I'll take you guys beating us because we're probably going to be rebuilding, exactly. And you just gave us 3 first-round picks or something stupid.
And he's 39, not 31.
Yeah.
How long is he going to beat you for?
Exactly. So if there was some crazy compensation from the 49ers, which they're probably desperate. I know they're desperate at that position at this point. They're not probably desperate. You saw what happened to them this year. They might do that.
It is amazing when you look at it. The way it ended sucked. I mean, the fact that Purdy got hurt so quick in that game, and the fact that Josh Johnson, who, I mean, I don't think they're winning once he comes in anyway. But at least if he plays, you feel like you had a puncher's chance. The fact that he gets hurt, was it 12 straight games they won going into that championship game? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. They need to make sure that Purdy is going. I'm assuming it's going to be Purdy with the way he played the last 7, 8, 9 games, whatever it was, going unbeaten until the Eagle game. My guess would be they've got to go into next year thinking Brock Purdy is their quarterback of the future, and this time they got to get home. They have to. Yeah. Otherwise, well, it'd be a disappointing couple of years, that run.
Oh, sure.
So good and so close. And listen, happened to the Bills, too, for 4 straight years, getting to the Super Bowl and not winning.
Right.
That would be interesting.
I mean, that franchise has had its fair share of freaking...
Oh, I know. 100%.
Success.
No doubt.
Boo-hoo, Niner fans.
But when you're that close, you want to do whatever you have to do to get over the hump.
And it's been a long time since they won it now. What, 94?
Long time.
They've been there.
What was the year they lost to the Ravens? What was that year?
I want to say 2012.
It's that long ago?
Yeah.
Jesus.
2012 season.
Niners Ravens was 11 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Niners Ravens Super Bowl was...
I would have said 14, 15.
2012 season. Wow. Nailed it. It was February 3rd, 2013, so it was a 2012 season.
When just a spry 35-year-old Tom Brady was nearing the end.
Yeah, right. Think about it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What is Tom Brady's greatest moment? Is it coming back from 28-3?
That is greatest moment. You think about all the Super Bowls they won.
Was it the first one? Beating the greatest show on turf? Being a guy that no one expected to do it?
That one might be because everybody expected them to. I think everybody expected them to get, I don't want to say blown out, but be beaten soundly in that game.
Yeah.
Was that the greatest moment? I don't know. There's so many of them. How do you pick one?
I mean, I think the winning with the Buccaneers, too, has to be in that conversation.
Yeah, for sure. At the end, yeah. 28-3, though, is really something for the ages.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, and at the age, and if you remember, too, that night, the next day, that week, we all thought he's going out this way.
Sure.
And he didn't.
Right.
Came back and won again.
In what was probably the worst Super Bowl I could ever remember. I mean, so that was the Atlanta Super Bowl. I wanted to go that year. I flew Gina down. We went to the Super Bowl. I was very, very fortunate to be able to be at the Super Bowl. I don't want to sound like a schlub here or someone. What do they call that? A schnorrer. What is that? What's that?
Schnurr. Yeah.
A schnurr.
A schnurr.
I don't want to sound like a schnurr, but man, that game sucked. It was low scoring. There was nothing going on. We were yawning in the stands.
Which one is this now? I'm half listening to you. I'm sorry.
Why? What happened?
Nothing. You were talking about Schnurrs.
Schnurrs.
Which game was this?
No, it was the Patriots Rams Super Bowl.
Oh,
in
Atlanta. I got you.
Went to the barbecue place that burned down.
Atlanta, I got you.
So we went to that game, Gina and I, and that was the famous flight home with Phil Simms and the Casamigos, and Boomer did the show drunk. That was that. That was that show.
And the NJ Diet commercial.
Right, that's right. Are you a fat pig? Boomer, give me that, please. So yeah, but that game stunk. It was the Maroon 5 halftime show, and that stunk.
No, that did not stink.
It was awful.
No, it wasn't.
From the stands, it was awful.
From the stands, maybe. On TV, it was actually pretty good.
Oh,
it was actually one of the better ones.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think so.
From
in the stands,
I do.
It was awful. Man, it was just it was terrible.
The game sucked, so you were in a pissy mood.
Oh God, it was. But I can at least say, I at least have this out of it. I saw the greatest of all time win a Super Bowl with my own eyes.
Yes, you did.
So I have that, even though I yawned and walked out of there going, that was the most miserable sports experience I've ever been through. Please get me home. I still, to this day, I could change that around. And when I tell my grandkids, with these two eyes.
You saw Tom Brady in a Super Bowl?
These two glaucoma-ridden eyes that I have now. I saw Tom Brady win a Super Bowl. It was amazing.
Is the Giants beating them? And this is going to sound ridiculous because they were unbeaten through the regular season and then into the Super Bowl. Is that one of his worst moments?
Yes, I do think so, because that is immortality right there. And that is something that one team has achieved. And what they would have done was even greater than what the Dolphins had done, because it was, more games. So, yes, I do. I think that losing that game absolutely is in his worst moments. Yeah, I know.
18-0, you lose the Super Bowl, and it turns out to be one of the worst moments of your career.
Yeah, I mean, he without a doubt. I mean, he looks back at that probably, and guys that are that great look back at those moments and remember them sometimes more than the great moments.
Yeah, probably eats at them.
The thing that shocked me in the years I spent in Pittsburgh because a lot of those guys stuck around. Those 70 Steelers stuck around in Pittsburgh because you live there and you're a 70s super Steeler. Like, everything you get for free.
Right,
You're just a superstar. So in talking to those guys, they all brought up the same thing. Our best team was 1976, and we lost to the Raiders in the AFC Championship game. Franco Harris got hurt, and Rocky Bleier got hurt, and they ended up beating us. That was our best team. Our defense, they pitched like 5 shutouts at the end of the year. But that freaking year still stuck in their core. They won 4 of them.
Yeah, but it should have been 5.
Yeah.
And that probably should have been their best one.
And Brady's probably thinking it should have been 9.
Yeah, I would think so.
It should have been 10 with the Eagles one,
probably.
too, right?
Yeah. God, that's so long ago.
That was not that long ago.
The Eagles?
The 52,
2017.
Super Bowl 52.
Oh.
5 years ago, 2017.
Right.
Hello.
Who did the Eagles beat? Lose to, rather? That was the Patriots.
Yes, they
Okay.
lost.
That's when you said Patriots, that's what I was thinking of.
39.
04, 05, something like that?
That was 2000.
That's what I was thinking of when you mentioned the Eagles and Brady.
Right.
I was thinking of the first one.
So 01 Rams, 03 Panthers, 04 Eagles, then
42 Giants.
the 42 Giants they lost, right? And
You got
then
Mr. Super Bowl in there.
49 Seahawks.
Right. So right. The Russell Wilson one, so he won that one. Then the
51,
which was 28-3, and then the one we just talked about,
Eagles,
and then the
Rams.
Bucks won. Yeah.
It's a lot of Super Bowls.
Incredible.
And you're a Vikings fan. That's another one of those fan bases that are starving to get one. And then
I know.
You've been there.
Right. We're talking about the ones he missed. He's got 7.
Right.
I know.
It's amazing.
Maybe that's why I love the guy so much, is because
I don't know how you can admire. I really don't know. I get if you are a Jet fan despising him for sure, but standing back and just taking the fandom out of it for a moment, just what he accomplished is it's remarkable. It really is. In a violent sport like that, to play every week like he did, aside from that one season, and when he was suspended for those, whatever, it was the 4 games or whatever, he's there every week. And to do it and do it and do it and do it at such a high level, at such an advanced age for the sport, I marvel at it.
And we all think he could play another year.
Yes, I actually think he could have played till he was 49, 50 years old.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, so it'll never happen again.
And
never.
just think, it was only a couple of weeks ago that he did that podcast with Steve Young, and I forget who else. There were a couple of old-time quarterbacks. It was Roger Staubach out. It was Staubach. And they're sitting there saying, just keep playing. For us, keep playing, because you're doing what we wish we could have done.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.